Enjoy the primary weapon.
Hey guys, it's Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitters for the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and it's the WMS Raw wrap-up for this, what is it, the 22nd of June, 2015, just in case you find us somewhere else. I don't know why. Who knows? By the way, I want to point out, guys, sporting the Kitten's skulls from Loot Crate that one Tyson Kidd wore several months ago, so I just want to put that out there. But of course, this is where we recap the Raw part of WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Please check out our friends that support us. Support them back. SliceOnBroadway.com, BoldPittsburgh.com, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com/WMS to pick up any merch and get some cool stuff, some threads as well. Support the shows and Patreon, all kinds of stuff at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. With me, I'm in Pittsburgh, PA, but with me from Poughkeepsie, New York, it's Mad Mike.
Oh, Sorg, why do we still have 4 more weeks until Battleground?
Forever. It makes you appreciate that, doesn't it? Also, from here in the Pittsburgh area, here's our friend in the mainstream media, mainstreammatt.blogspot.com. It's Matt Carlins.
Oh, groan.
It's such a different energy here than you guys seem to have there on your midweek war on Thursday nights.
Hey! Funny you should mention that, Sorg. Let's see. In addition to the 4 shows on Wednesday night, Ring of Honor put on Best in the World on pay-per-view last Friday. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's at least 5 shows within the last week that were better than tonight's Raw. And I'm probably forgetting a couple nice indie shows that happened over the weekend. I probably.
You know what? I'm even gonna say BattleBots was better than Raw. I'm gonna say that. I'm not even going out on a limb. I'm just flat out saying it. BattleBots had more compelling matchups.
Here's my problem. Raw is what Raw is, and I'm trying to find my little nuggets. I had a lot of fun in the last hour on Twitter and everything between Lana putting the hair down and Adam Rose making an appearance. Zack Ryder making an appearance as well tonight. That was interesting.
Zack Ryder was in there way too long against Wade Barrett.
A little bit. They give him some time. Well, hey, Hype Bro's got to get hyped over on that side.
They don't get hyped. They stay
hyped. Of course, and they stay off Raw. Anyways, but I just think this thread that begins and ends 3 hours in between is just who's following this, right? I'm starting to think with WWE Raw. Really, the best way to watch this thing is if. Remember we used to have Nitro parties, Raw parties, like everybody come over. Maybe you guys did this. We did this a little bit during the summers, at least in high school, where everybody would come over and we'd watch whatever it was, Raw, Nitro together. And I feel like that's what this is for. This isn't for the rest of us that kind of just sit there by ourselves. It's Monday, and we're just kind of reeling from the Monday. We have our case of the Mondays, but at least there's Raw. But now it's like, at least there's Raw, it is interesting, and I don't know, we've discussed this to death, but I would have liked the Seth Rollins Brock Lesnar thread in 2 hours.
So you know how I would make the Seth Rollins Brock Lesnar thing better? The next 3 weeks on Raw, we have a gimmick that I like to call evening the odds. You run a match each week. Brock Lesnar versus Kane, Brock Lesnar versus Jamie Noble, and Brock Lesnar versus Joey Mercury. If they're able to defeat Brock Lesnar, they can accompany Seth Rollins at ringside at Battleground. If not, they are barred from ringside.
Here's an idea to help you build Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Don't have Seth Rollins lose at every possible turn since he won the title. It's not like you didn't see this coming.
Who would have guessed
it?
Who would have guessed it? But also, you have a mark there in your title, of course, Mad Mike, hashtag Noogie City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Raw peaked at the 11th minute, folks. Raw peaked at the 11th minute.
It kind of did. We started off. There was a reason why Paul Heyman was held off until the 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock hour.
Raw peaked when he had Brock Lesnar go apologize to Michael Cole, and everyone thought Brock was going to eat him. And instead, he gave Cole a big old noogie.
Big old nutty little buddy. What's up, little buddy?
The only thing that would have been better is if he was just like Wet Willie. Right to Michael Cole. Right to JBL, actually. Give JBL a Wet Willie, Michael Cole a Noogie, and I don't know, Byron Saxton a Melvin.
From there, Matt, you raised a question in the Facebook group, illustrated by tonight's match, I imagine. I zoned out. I'm not even sure what happened to tonight's match. I imagine not much.
Hey, that's okay. I'm not sure what happened either, Sorg, and I actually tried to watch it. So
you asked the question. I want to cover this just for a couple minutes. Not extensively, but the thread on Facebook on the Wrestling Mayhem Show group did this plenty. But is this the worst the WWE Divas division has been?
Ever. I cannot recall a time where the storylines were this nonsensical, where the good girl, bad girl alignments were flipping and flopping on a weekly basis. Nothing makes any sense. There's no thread. There's no consistency. At least whenever we had some lean years as far as the talent in the ring went, but at least the stories made sense. There is nothing happening here, Sorg, and they have the talent to do something, and they're doing nothing. They are spinning in circles. This Divas division is a damn train wreck.
And I'm trying to figure out what is the problem. The talent is there. We've had to give the Divas a chance. There was a comment we talked about off camera about, well, the Divas need to make their own chances. I'm looking at matches. We know the Bellas can go. We know Paige can go. Why does their pay-per-view match fall so flat in the end? What is missing?
Nobody knows who to cheer. Nobody knows who to cheer. Mm-hmm. Who do you cheer? Who's good? Who's bad? Basics of wrestling are gone.
It's almost like when the Bellas are fighting anyone other than Paige, they're faces. But when they're fighting Paige, because people like Paige, they're heels. And that's not a good way to do things unless you have people side with Paige. Right now, they haven't done that.
And the actions have not really changed. I mean, I've had a problem all the way back to Brie Bella siding with her sister after all the crazy stuff that happened.
I assume that's going to be handled on Total Divas.
Jeez, of course.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious about that. I have a feeling that is season 4 of Total Divas.
So we're back to this point where those last 6 months make no sense to the Divas division until you watch the Total Divas episodes about that time period.
Sorg, just wait. You want to know who's going to be the shining beacon of hope?
Eva
Marie.
Eva Marie. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're going to come in like a Lady Brian Kendrick.
It doesn't matter if you bring in Eva Marie. It doesn't matter if you bring in Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky, Sarah Del Rey. It doesn't matter, Sorg, because they'll jack it up.
Man,
there's no doubt. I'd rather they not get called up. I would rather they not get called up.
Let it be its own brand.
I don't want to see people that I have invested myself in and that I enjoy get put through the damn ringer on this stupid show, watching these stupid women's matches. They're a waste of my time, Sorg. They're wasting my time.
To be fair, Emma getting called up and then getting sent back down gave us one of the best things we have right now. Dead Eyes Emma.
I think that's just life has done that to her in general. But anyways, okay, aside from the NXT discussion, Ryback, again, my favorite meathead, fitting the big guy quota between him, Mark Henry, and Big Show in a Triangle of Terror with Teacher Dad, Big Show at ringside. I'm liking that. I'm liking inspirational Ryback. And I don't know, what are you guys' take on that? Are you a Ryback sympathizers at this point? Is it won you over?
All I can think of, Mike, is what Bobby was telling us during that hangout. Bobby is done with Ryback. I'm not done with Ryback. I think Ryback's cool. He jumps off the top rope. Now he's fun.
I think he's like the best. He's my favorite meathead. He's the best big guy in that role I think they've had since a Mark Henry, since a lot of these guys. I mean, they don't have a Goldberg in there.
The whole IC title scene just makes me sad.
Why?
It just makes me so sad.
What isn't this the perfect place for a Ryback? I guess Ryback is a species, not a man in my definition.
I mean, I guess, but why Big Show?
Because this is I don't want to get into this. This is a really good explanation that LeBar I think discussed on one of his articles or tweets or something. It's like everybody's gonna boo Big Show. You want to build Ryback, of course you put him in there.
But they gave away the big spot of their whole feud when they had Ryback shell shock Big Show.
No, that's
isn't that the payoff? Isn't that the payoff?
Don't you get mad?
Him up?
And don't you get mad because he's completely lifted him up how many times before?
No, Ryback's never done that to Big Show.
Oh, okay.
He's not to Mark Henry, but on the Miz's show, he just lifted him up with ease, and that was on Raw for free. So why do I care about their pay-per-view?
Well, it's WWE Network special attractions now, so that doesn't even matter. You haven't noticed that how much of those are really booked like Raw at this point, which means there's another extension. You can't get pissed about seeing the same match rematch the next night on Raw because you paid $9.99 for that instead of $65. So, I think that's what you're gonna see.
Well, as I've said, Sorg, I pay nothing for the pay-per-views. I pay $2.50 per every episode of NXT. So pay-per-views are free. Because I would.
Buy 4 episodes of NXT, get the special event free.
Yes.
It's a great deal.
It's the WWE Network math. The WWE Network math. Oh, jeez. How are you guys feeling about Roman Reigns and Wyatt? Going into that, I was like, okay, Sheamus Reigns. I was like, make me believe that I will love you guys punching each other again, because that was my kind of thing. I just enjoyed Reigns and Sheamus punching each other several months ago, and then everything's it's not one of those tired matchups. But I'm kind of back to I'm cool with them punching each other.
Mm-hmm. They need to do serious damage control on Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. They did a lot of goodwill with Bray Wyatt in his creepy segment with the rocking chair. And Roman's reaction was great to that. And I was like, okay, this could be interesting. And then they had to go fuck it up by telling us Roman Reigns is the Terminator. They had to fuck it up like that.
Okay. I didn't think it was that bad.
They need to stop with the hard sell on Roman Reigns. They need to put him in a compelling story. Stop trying to lump him into every other goddamn thing that they have. Stop giving him nicknames. Stop giving him catchphrases. Just have him walk around and beat people up.
Right.
That's what he does.
Because anytime they do that, it softens him. We're like, oh, that was fun. That was a badass thing. Oh, I enjoyed greatly Dean Ambrose's Big Buddy, the buddy cop movie that I thought we were seeing between the two of them for a couple of months, a couple of pay-per-views, right? And I guess it was actually a couple of weeks in retrospect. But still, it's they need to settle him in, and I'm afraid they're going to do another fast sell with him leading into SummerSlam. Depending here, and I don't know. You're right. He just needs to be a badass at this point.
But you know what? He has to lose too. Yeah, I think he has to lose to Bray Wyatt first before he can beat him. Because if you beat Bray Wyatt, guess what? Everyone beats Bray Wyatt. You need to. The good guy is only as strong as the antagonist. Bray Wyatt right now is getting over on him in the mind games, which is why Bray Wyatt should win. It's the entire purpose for Bray Wyatt.
And Wyatt doesn't need to win clean. I mean,
no, of course not.
He would pull mind games and get the wins over Cena, for instance. I mean, that's the way that goes. I mean, and that's the way Mankind would win back in the day. It would be weird stuff to freak out the Undertaker. And I was watching the Hell in a Cell. They talked about like how nobody has as many wins over the Undertaker as Mankind, and he's not a physically imposing character, right? It was a mentally imposing character, and Wyatt is maybe not physically imposing, especially next to a Roman Reigns, but certainly I think you're right on the money with that one. All right, anything else from Raw to hit up here? Glad to see primetime players, and they did bring up Titus O'Neil winning the what was it, the Father of the Year award, something like that.
Super Dad or something like that.
Super Dad something or other. So that was pretty cool to see as well. Rollins, of course, in action against Kane. I think it was all right.
Kevin Owens, so good, so good.
Oh, the multilingual battle of words.
Yes, we have to mention that. Nothing pisses off an American crowd more than speaking French.
No. Drop
Nothing
the Chinese in there too. How about that?
Yeah. Let's try and see a rock some Mandarin on Kevin Owens. That'd be
that was pretty messed up. That like John Cena turned into a foreign heel in the middle of his promo and just.
Where did he become La Resistance? What's happening here?
Oh my God! Hustle loyalty. AJ tweeted. He was joining us in the chat room. He tweeted, "Hustle loyalty Quebec."
It's so good.
It was really, really good.
Amazing. And in the long run, big payoff if you've been watching Total Divas since the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
How many people watch it be like their mind just exploded at the Chinese being dropped?
That was me. That was me, Sorg. I'm like, oh. But I did want to pose this. Do you think, this ties into Total Divas, do you think Nikki Bella is holding that title for as long as John Cena is denying her children?
I don't know. You'll find out this season on Total Divas.
Yeah!
Hey, on that note, you can also find out so much more at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Different thoughts and perspectives and such. We got Mary Elizabeth Monroe, a great girl that's been doing some awesome stuff in indie wrestling here. She's the current queen of the ring in the Vicious Outcast Wrestling. She'll be joining us on the Indie Mayhem Show, episode 75, 11 p.m. Eastern Time at live.WrestlingMayhemShow.com. WrestlingMayhemShow.com is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at that same address. All the links up at WrestlingMayhemShow.com as well, with the email addresses, links to where you can find us on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, for so many of the shows. Some of the shows, actually, this show just launched on Spreaker tonight, and this maybe you're listening to us on Spreaker. Let us know. Say, what's up? I'm a Spreaker listener, and hopefully get it on iHeartRadio soon as well. But it'll take us a few weeks to get that in there. So with that, and of course, please check out the Midweek War. The guys have been doing a fantastic job. They've broken down your Wednesday night watching and response for your NXT, Ring of Honor, etc., etc. And
it's like Sorg. It's like a wrestling Kit Kat bar.
Yes. It
break
is.
it apart or see it in succession. It's fine. Fine both ways. Fine both ways. So, I guess I should number them or something for an official reading order, right?
Oh, no, you don't have to. You can go any order. It's fine.
Yeah.
And, of course, we do this, and I don't know how interactive you guys there on Thursday night, but we do this right after Raw, and we open it up. We are on Google Hangout for the wrap-up in the Midweek War. We're actually using YouTube Live and everything for some of the other shows, so you can drop in here. We got a Q&A going on. I saw a couple people popping in, so thank you to our live viewers that have joined us. Everybody's popped in. Ooh, well, a bunch of guys popped in on the page over the Google Plus page, but follow us on all the social medias as well. I'm at Sorgatron for @MadMike, @MainstreamMatt1T. We'll see you guys next time.